Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My speech project number 4 is about how to say it. The specific the objectives of which are: write the topic for the year, be specific, use vivid words, and incorporate rhetorical devices. The theme for the night is Cyber Age. And just as Toastmaster Leah was discussing about calories, which was parallel to Cyber Age, my topic of rock, paper, and scissors is not about Cyber Age, but bringing us back to the time when the toys are barely our hands. So it's rock, paper, scissors. This is not in Cyber Age. We're going back to a little bit to, let's not mention the number of years. In the game rock, paper, and scissors, two opponents randomly toss out hand gestures. Rock, paper, scissors. Each one wins, loses, or draws with equal probability. It is supposed to be a game of pure luck, not skill. And indeed, if humans were able to perfectly random, no one could gain an upper hand over anyone else. There is a veteran player, 5-time organizer of rock, paper, and scissors world championship. Would you believe there's such an organization as that? We all thought that rock, paper, and scissors was just our game for kids. But believe you me, there is a rock, paper, scissors world championship club headed by Graham Walker. He says there's 2 paths to victory. Number 1, eliminate one of your opponent's options. For example, influence your opponent not to play paper and delicately force your opponent to make a predictable move. How do we do that? He says, according to Graham Walker, he says, you have to do this without your opponent realizing that you're trying to manipulate them. So here, Cyber Age, a little bit. Manipulation. The strategies I mentioned, that is to influence your opponent and to eliminate their options, the first thing you do is to employ the rookie's rock. Experts say that the inexperienced player usually starts with a rock. Why? Because the rock is a symbol of strength. Knowing that you're supposed to be the experienced guy, you will say this one is going to start with a rock. So do not start with a rock because you are the experienced one. So that when your opponent, let's say, opponent A is the experienced one, opponent B is the inexperienced one, you anticipate that he is going to use the rock. So don't put the rock. Just go what? How do you win? You go. Who wins?
Paper.
In this case?
Paper.
Paper. So that's one way. The next one is, that's winning. Now how do you lose? The rock versus the scissors. You cannot cut the rock with a mere scissors, but you can do this to make a draw. So you win, you lose, you draw. You eliminate your opponent's option by influencing the player. How do you manipulate? Probably you just look them in the eye and send your signals. And then delicately make them do a predictable move. This is when you have more or less, let's say, you're making a niche by doing mental telepathy. Just like Anna is smiling at me and probably telling me, stop talking right now. When the option is removed, let's say as in manipulating your opponent to make that probable move by just using the cyber age mental telepathy, that works for double trouble and mind tricks. Now, another option you can do is to appear like you're an expert, even if you're not. Matirang matibay. Appear astig. So, my compañera Des right there may not know that I can read her mind that she's going to give up paper. So I get the scissors. What happens? She loses, I win. But if she's more tricky than I am, she would say, voila, draw. Or, voila, draw. Or she goes, I lose, she wins. So this is the game of rock, paper, and scissors. So how do we win? First, you anticipate your opponent's move. Second, try to do your mental telepathy and let this opponent do the move that you want her to do. Keep on repeating. Rock is strong, paper is weak, scissors is mighty. So get your opponent to memorize this more or less by saying rock is strength, paper is weak, scissors is mighty. By doing that sequence, you will know that your opponent is really going to go rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. You, on the other hand, because you know she's going to give her rock, give the paper, so you win. And then the next move, she's going to say paper. So you know what's going to be the opposite of the paper to make your opponent lose? Scissors. And then, on your third one, you said scissors for being mighty. Do not give scissors. Go give her the rock. So when she gives the scissors, she loses. And you all win all the way. And this is the game of rock, paper, and scissors. Thank you.